Hey everyone, I just want to throw in a quick disclaimer. This video does have some medical stuff in it, so there are going to be some needles. You're going to see a horse under anesthesia. If those are the types of things that make you squeamish or you don't really care to watch, then I suggest you go ahead and just turn this video off right now and come back and watch me next week. I just had a few people that were interested in what getting a hock injection's all about, so I thought, well, it's a perfect opportunity to do a quick video on that and put it out there. So thank you for watching. Thank you if you don't watch. Come back again soon. You know I love you guys, and peace out. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today is Monday the 28th, and I'm heading out to the barn because Lemme is getting his right hock injected. So real quick, just kind of want to go through what's been going on. So coming out of this spring off of his winter break, I felt like he was a little weak on that right side, and I just thought that it was muscling, you know, because he'd had 7 weeks off, and they can lose a lot of muscle really quick, you know, in the course of 7 weeks. So as I was bringing him back, I wasn't really seeing too much improvement, and when I was watching our videos from our first show, I thought, you know, he looks like he's a little off back there, and I sent a short clip of it to Dr. Davis, and he said he'd have to see more. So I went ahead at that point and scheduled an appointment for Lemme to get his back adjusted, but because our vets are so backed up right now in my area, I had to schedule about 7 weeks out. So 7 weeks later, I really was still feeling like something just wasn't right with him. Not that he was being naughty, because he was not being naughty at all, but I just felt like he was really struggling on that right side, and that it just wasn't right. So when Dr. Davis came out last Tuesday, I was talking to him about my concerns, and we decided to do a lameness check on Lem. And we did the lameness check on the right side, and he came off lame. Not like huge lame, like he was coming up short, but what was really very noticeable is that his right hip was dropping a lot lower than his left hip when he trotted off. So we checked the left side, and he came off sound as heck, and Dr. Davis also pointed out that Lemme was very, like he was really fighting him to pick up that right leg and hold it for a minute. So it's obvious that he was in a little pain and uncomfortable. So after the lameness check, we decided that we were going to block the nerve in his right side. So we blocked that, waited the time, and took him back in the arena, did the lameness check again, and he came off sound. So, you know, right away, it's the hock. So, as we were talking, he said something about x-rays, and I was like, yeah, let's get x-rays, because, you know, I want a point of reference so that we'll know exactly how far along it is, what he's really dealing with, and, you know, in a couple years from now, I can have x-rays done again and have a better idea if there was any real growth, if what we're doing is working. So we took x-rays, and you could see in the middle part and the lower part of his hock, so there's like 3 joints in a hock from what I've been told. And I don't really know a lot about it, but I'm just going to try and explain the best I can, is there's three joints in there. There's a lower, a middle, and an upper joint. So Lem had little tiny bone spurs on the very front, on the lower, and the middle. And so what we're going to do is we're going to inject those in some kind of acid and something else. I don't know. I'm going to ask Dr. Davis. I have a few questions that I'm going to ask when I videotape it. So hopefully you guys will get a little information. I know I put something up on Instagram and a few people were curious. So I thought, what the heck, I'll talk to Dr. Davis and see if he's okay with it. So hopefully we'll get some video today. So anyway, yeah. So we're also going to put Lemme on a 7-shot series of Adequin, and from what I understand, it helps to regenerate cartilage in the joints, and I'm thinking that will help him all over, you know, because it's not centralized like the shot and the hock will be, so this will pretty much help him everywhere. He's been on a joint supplement since I got him, just pretty much because being an off-the-track thoroughbred, you know, they start really young, and I think it's really hard on their joints. So I like to start my thoroughbreds on a joint supplement right away. That way I'm just kind of trying to help them along. Yeah, so anyway. What was I saying? So yeah, I'm wondering what Lem's going to be like now after we get this. I actually, Dr. Davis said to go ahead and, if I wanted to ride him last week, to just go ahead and give him a little bit of view. And about half an hour before I rode, and you know, he should be good. So I did that a couple of times, and we just did flat work, and I kept it really simple, short, like a half an hour ride. And oh my God, the difference was day and night. He was, I could just tell he was feeling better, you know. He was coming underneath himself, he was lifting up his back, he was more forward, he was a lot more pliable, like when I asked for bend to the right, he was very willing to give it to me, and he wasn't really bulging out that right shoulder as much. I think that might be a little habit on my part to let him loose. And then to the left, he was still a little stiff, but you know, I think that's just going to take a little time. But it was just a totally different horse. He was a lot more relaxed, and he was a lot happier. So I'm thinking that this is going to be pretty successful treatment for him. Fingers crossed. I hope that you enjoy this video. You want some fly spray on?
I know, right? I was talking about it.
Usually when we go trail riding, I'll throw some on, and even in the summer in the arena sometimes.
I do the same thing. Always get bit by bugs. Bugs are always after me. My fiance bugs never bother him.
The flies bother me, but
Mosquitoes, they try to eat me alive.
I think it's because I smoke.
Really?
They don't like the smell, or they don't like my...
Paris,
Breezejack. That's Strangles. It's an aged horse. And you know how Strangles just behaves very bizarrely?
Yeah.
In those kind of situations. Dr. Krause scoped it, and he diagnosed herpes virus off the scope. And Dr. Vidito saw it for choke, and I think it choked because its throat was so swollen it couldn't swallow.
He's like, what's she doing? He's keeping an eye on you, Jess. Make sure it's disinfected.
So anyway, I went Friday morning and I ran an SAA on it, and it was 1100.
Whoa.
And every day he's been 104 to 104.7.
Wow.
And
It's working fast.
so we'll put things in the joint. There'll be a steroid called Depomedrol, and then a hyaluronic acid product called Hyalavet,
Okay.
and then a little bit of antibiotic.
To keep it from getting infected.
Correct.
Okay.
We did. You're thinking of the tendon sheath in Metamora.
And then,
These have got to go.
how long should I... Go ahead. Can you get that on?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
How long should I wait before I actually ride him again?
So 24 hours he'll stand in a stall if he can, without losing his mind. And then they do 3 days of turnout, and then 3 days of what I call light hack, so walk trot.
Okay. Down the lane kind of stuff.
And then back to regular work. So 1 week from today you'll be full use.
Okay. And it takes what, about 2 weeks for it to really take effect completely?
He should. Most horses by that first week are
Okay.
quite good.
Okay. And then I had a couple of questions I wanted to make sure I covered with you. Just so he shouldn't have any limitations at all after this then.
Nope.
Okay. And also I wanted to know, do you think that because of the adequine, I'm going to keep him on a joint supplement, or is that just overkill at this point?
That would be overkill.
Okay.
I would give up your joint supplement in lieu of Adequan
Okay.
shots. You okay?
Yeah. He just wants to camp under it on Friday. Spaced out.
In a good spot.
And we're thinking this should last anywhere to 3 to 6 months at this point.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Okay.
getting rid of this. Well, I'm going to a new one. It's just driving me.
You know, one more.
That's all that's left.
Like,
Guess I'll just stick.
Brenda's got some of them blue ones, if those will work. At least she did.
These are sterile.
Oh,
It's
okay.
I'm just a baby.
Well, it kind of helps to be able to use your fingertips if you need to.
Well, and these gloves, they're very, the grip of them is very good. You just can't get them on your fingers.
see who wants to stand?
You can't.
He's getting ready for you to get over there, Doc, so you'll have good ability. Humidity probably doesn't help with that at all either, does it?
Nope.
The other one's definitely going smoother.
Just don't put that in your video.
I'm not.
The gloves. As long as I have my thumb,
It's
index,
reality, man. It's reality.
and third finger, I'm happy. Okay. I think I'm ready, Jess. You want me to do the outside first? Is how he's standing?
Yeah, and that's where it started.
Okay. Alright, I'm heading over there. So if you want the video, I would be like somewhere out, yeah, about there.
That way I'm not too close. I don't get kicked.
I don't want that to happen.
And are we doing his lower and his middle? Is that what it is?
So there are 4 joints in the
Okay.
hock. We are injecting the 2 lowest of the 4.
Okay.
So it would be called the tarsometatarsal. That's this one here.
Uh-huh.
And then the one on the inside of his leg is called the distal intertarsal. Hock. And that's synovial fluid in the needle hub there. You can see it coming.
Okay. So you know that you're actually in the joint
in
where
the
you need to
joint.
be.
Yeah, there's a joint fluid.
Do you have to let some out to put some in, or that
Not
doesn't
really.
matter? Okay.
The amount of the injection is fairly small. It's not very exciting, really, because that's it. One is done. The other horse had blood work to be done. We'll split your arm call.
Okay, yeah.
That's all right
Thank
with
you. What are you doing blood work on Paris for?
Well, there is a condition that can make a horse predisposed to bowing a tendon when they're older.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that she doesn't have that.
And you definitely have to get in some vulnerable positions, don't you?
Yeah, this one's probably one of the least safe.
And coffin joint.
Coffin joints, yeah. Coffin joints are a great way to get nailed in the face. Because the knee is just right there.
Yeah, I got it in the face one day trying to get a pull-off bell boot off. And the horse was a little stressed out. He got me right there. I think he chipped the bone in my face.
Okay. So
that easy.
That's it.
Hey everyone. So the procedure went really well. I got some good information. Dr. Davis tried to explain it the best best he could under the circumstances, which was good because he's great. Just want to mention, don't pay attention to him not being able to get his glove on because it was really hot and I'm sure he was sweaty and those things are really tight. It was an actual surgical glove. So, yeah, Lemme took to it really well. Dr. Davis said that he has to stay in for 24 hours and then he needs to have 2 days off out in the pasture and then I can start riding him again. I believe I'm going to have to check him 100% on that one before I go jumping on him. So yeah, I kind of hung out with him until he was completely out of the anesthesia and his normal, bright, loving little self again. While I was waiting for him, I went ahead and trimmed his mane up so it's looking all pretty again. Oh my God, he's got the most beautiful neck. Did a little bit in his ears. I don't take out all of the hair in his ears. I just clip the long stuff that hangs out just to clean it up and make it look pretty because it's really important they have that there to protect them from flies and whatnot. Yeah, and then I went ahead and gave him a little massage, which he loves. Once he was pretty much out of the anesthesia, I gave him a massage because it wasn't something I wanted to do while he was still under because it could, could be bad. So anyway, yeah, I gave him a little massage and he really enjoyed that. And I actually found, because I've never massaged him like coming out of anesthesia where his muscles were super relaxed. I found some scar tissue in the right side of his longimus dorsi, which is the big muscle that runs across their back. So I don't know if I've told you this, but when I first got Lemme, he had atrophy in his back right in that area. And I used red light therapy and massage therapy to get that loosened up and get that muscle working again. So I think I might have found the actual source of what was causing that. I'm not sure. But I am going to use red light therapy on him when I go back out on Thursday. Yeah, just to see if I can get that scar tissue broke up a little bit and get him a little more relief. And I also checked his TMJs because when I was looking at his teeth the other day, I noticed that his jaw was a little bit set to the right. So I went ahead and did some releases for him on that, and he did really quickly on the left side. But then when it came to the right side, he really was struggling to let go. My neighbor's pulling in right behind me, so I have to wait for him. I actually had to tried for about 8 minutes and he just wouldn't let go, which is quite a long time actually. And he was shaking his head and throwing my hand off, and I could see his little whiskers, like the little follicle that it comes out of it was just twitching, and then his whole face would be like, and then he threw my hand off. So I actually checked just above the TMJ, and I found another spot like just below his ear where he was holding a lot of tension, and he let that go pretty quickly. So I moved that back down to the TMJ, and within a couple of minutes he gave me a pretty decent release. I think there's still some more tension in there. I'm going to work on that a little bit more for him. he's really getting into massage. He's really learning to enjoy that, except for on his shoulders and his neck. I still have to be really careful about how I do that, or else he gets super defensive. But yeah, he's really liking his back, and he likes his butt massaged. He will start yawning and just and chewing and licking and sneezing, and he just relaxes. He drops, and it's so funny when I massage, and he starts to push into it. It's really hilarious. But I'm really glad that he's starting to enjoy it, because for the longest time he was just so guarded about everything and just so defensive that it was really hard to massage him. And I'm just really grateful that he's now like taking to it and understanding that it makes him feel better, because it's really important to me that Lemme is comfortable and happy and that he enjoys his life. He raced for, you know, a while, and that's a tough life on a horse, and I just want to make sure that his time with me, which is going to be till day one of us dies, is enjoyable and that he's happy. So I just really appreciate you watching, and like, comment, and subscribe if you get a chance. That way you can keep up on what's going on with us. I'm thinking next week we'll be back to riding videos. I might wait a little longer to jump him. I might wait till the following week, because I just don't want to push that, and I want to make sure everything's really good in there. He'll have a couple shots of that adequine in him to really help his joints. So yeah, Dr. Davis went through that with me today, so I feel really good about giving him his shots. It's fairly easy, and Lem's pretty good about shots. I've watched him give him his what are those called? They get every spring. I can't think of what they're called. Yeah. Sorry, I know you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. So I've watched him give him his thingamajiggy bobbies for the past couple years, and he's really good about it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm trying really hard to grow my channel and just share my content with people. I really think that I'm getting some better content now, and I really enjoy going back. I have a couple of videos that are my favorite, and I'm hoping that we'll get some more great videos this summer. Might even get to some shows at the end of this year. I'm a little strapped for money now because of the whole vet thing. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get out and show a little bit in August, and it'll be fun. So thanks for coming, and have a great day.